Robinhood is hosting its first ever Investor Day. Just did it yesterday. And we've got some of the highlights. The CEO Vlad Tenev saying the company is considering expanding into sports betting. And Robinhood stock has quadrupled, I should say. I was going to say quintupled, quadrupled over the past year. And Vlad is on the set right here, ready to do the Squawk Pod. You haven't done Caller Data yet. Would you consider that?
Maybe, yeah.
Have you done Rogan?
Not yet.
Not yet. But yet, everybody wants Rogan. See, it's all moving, the direction of travel.
Call me a mother. Is that?
That's the name of your show?
Thinking about it?
I think that could work.
That's only half a word.
I know, but that's why I think it would work. So, Vlad, it's great to see you this morning.
Great to be here, as always.
Fascinating day yesterday. Before we get into that, I want to actually just hit Bitcoin for just a second with you, if you'd indulge me, because it's over $100,000 now. I think it's about 102. Are we at 103 yet?
We're at 103.
And fascinatingly, one of the things that did happen yesterday also was Chair Powell compared it to gold. I want to show you what he said.
People use Bitcoin as a speculative asset, right? It's like gold. It's just like gold, only it's virtual. It's digital. People are not using it as a form of payment or as a store of value. It's highly volatile. It's not a competitor for the dollar. It's really a competitor for gold. You know, that's really how I think of it.
That seemed to be an evolution of thinking, at least from the sort of public officials that you hear from Washington on this.
Yeah, I mean, Bitcoin over the past 10 years has gone from largely being ridiculed and ignored and questioned to now being taken very seriously. You saw that earlier this year with the ETFs. And I think if you talk to early adopters of Bitcoin and Bitcoin maximalists, they've been saying that Bitcoin is like gold for many, many years. So hearing the Fed chair say
getting over 102 now, where are we at? I don't even know where we are. 103.
102.8.
102.8. Do you say to yourself that, I mean, I don't know what kind of traffic you're seeing on the site right now. I assume it's gangbusters.
We released our November numbers. Crypto trading in general was up something like 400% month over month. We did over 30 billion in crypto volumes. October was also quite a strong month for crypto. So it's been heavy, certainly.
And then, of course, the big question is, are you getting on the train at the right time or the wrong time? You get to these big numbers, and then you say, it just has so much more to go. We obviously have had some real bulls on this broadcast over the years that have $500,000 targets, $1 million target, really extraordinary kinds of numbers. Obviously, by the way, the bigger the number gets, the harder it is to actually get the same kind of return that you had if you were, with the program, if you will, a decade ago.
What I will say is likely one of the other interesting things about Powell's answer to your question is that when you compare Bitcoin to gold like that, a lot of the Bitcoin maxis have been talking about should there be a Bitcoin strategic reserve similar to the gold strategic reserves of the country. And I think that gets people very, very excited. I mean, if there was a Bitcoin strategic reserve and you're a Bitcoin maxi, like that's something that they've been talking about for a while.
It also just seems that this administration, I don't know what you think of the new appointed or the nominee to be the head of the SEC, is a big crypto a bull in many ways, no?
Yeah, I mean, this current administration has been hostile to crypto, very much so. I mean, we've been kind of a victim of that alongside the broader industry. So having people that come in that understand it and embrace it is very important.
Just so I understand, what do you think embracing it means for your business? Meaning, what is it that's going to happen? What are the kinds of products that you think could evolve that you can't offer today that you'll be able to offer tomorrow?
Yeah, so the near-term thing is ending regulation by enforcement and having some sort of interim rule set by the agencies while we wait for legislative action. I think that likely will happen now, since both the House and the Senate and the executive branch are Republican and they're open to this. Slightly longer term, I think what this opens is crypto being embraced as kind of the new infrastructure layer behind the financial system. This is something I talked about at Investor Day. One way to look at crypto is as a tradable asset like equities, options, and futures. The other way to look at it, which I think is more interesting, is as the next step in the technology evolution from mainframe to cloud to blockchain. And we see how efficient it is as an infrastructure layer. We run both businesses, crypto and traditional finance at scale. Crypto businesses 10 times lower costs. And that's because a lot of these intermediaries that run on mainframe, like clearinghouses, transfer agents, payment processors, are just replaced by software. So I think what you're likely to see is tokenization.
And you think that's the big shift?
I think that having more real-life assets, real-world assets, including stocks, on blockchains is going to be, there's big potential. I think Robinhood can actually be a leader in that space.